Welcome to Optimal Timelines. My name is Sean, and this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope readings for your North Node by sign and house for October 2023. Now, before we begin, three things. Number one, if you're new to the channel, the reason I use your North Node in readings as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign is that it's recognized in astrology that your North Node is your North Star. It's your soul path. It's what you're here to learn and experience in this lifetime. So it's much more relevant to your everyday life as opposed to your sun, moon, or ascendant sign in readings. Number two, these readings are for the individual soul path for the North Nodes, not a collective readings for the general public or humanity, meaning that we have a personal soul path for each of us and we have a collective soul path as humanity. So these are geared toward each person's soul path. Now, lastly, you are going to want to watch two videos. You're going to want to watch one for your North Node by sign and one for your North Node by house. So with that, let's begin. I'm going to connect to the energies and we can start. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, Sagittarius North Node and or North Node in the 9th house. This is going to be your October 2023 Tarotscope reading. Okay, so the spread on this side of the table represents the first half of the month from the 1st to the 15th, and then this side represents the 16th of the month to the end. The overall theme card that popped up for you is the Empress card. And when I saw this card, the feeling and the thing that I absorbed from this was for you North Nodes in Sagittarius or North Node in the 9th house, it's all about quality of life this month, about ways that you can enhance your life in making it more quality for yourself and for those around you. And we're going to get into the details of why. So the first half of the month, the timeline cards are, you've got the Six of Cups, you've got the Tower card, and you've got the Wheel of Fortune. Now, it's a really interesting combination, but what I'm seeing for this first 2 weeks of October is there is something relating to your past in some area, or even could be multiple areas of life, but at least one area of life. And this could be in your family. It could be in other relationships. It could be in work and career. But I'm really, with this Six of Cups, it's usually some sort of emotional connection to the past. And what I'm feeling like with the Tower card is I'm feeling like there's something that could resurface in order to that wants to be healed. So something regarding your past that could have been like an emotional upset or emotional upheaval, and it's connected to you in some area of your life, or as I said, it could be multiple areas. What I feel like the reason this is tied into the quality of life is this: you're working toward healing whatever this is. Okay, and I feel like the first 2 weeks of October, something is going to come up. It could come up with a conversation. It could come up with a situation coming up again, or, in your dreams or your thoughts or someone you're getting contacted. But I feel like this is going to be brought up. And I feel like what with this Wheel of Fortune, this healing is related to your quality of life, because I feel like a lot of you who are watching this are going to get beyond whatever this is. Like if it needs to be brought up in order to be gone through and, like healed in some way, but or made sense of, kind of a thing. But I feel like what the end result is in doing that is really about enhancing your life, and really self-empowerment is coming up big for you and a lot of the north nodes this month. um but yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is a very strong card, and I feel like all you have to do when you're navigating this first 2 weeks is allow it to happen, but uh stand your ground and be true to yourself, be true to what you truly feel and believe, okay, and you'll be okay. Now, your advice cards are, you've got the Five of Wands, and you've got the Eight of Cups. So this is going along with this timeline here, is that part of this upheaval, there could be a need for you to stand your ground, that you may have to kind of get into the fray of whatever the situation is, dig into the nitty gritty, um, kind of like, um, get your hands dirty, so to speak, in dealing with this. Sometimes the healing happens, like if you've ever experienced where, you get to a certain point. Let's just take a situation with a person, okay? And there's a situation, and finally both of you sit down and you say, okay, look, we got to talk. This is about hashing it out. We have to hash this out. And it gets, sometimes a little messy and uncomfortable, but a lot of times we've all experienced when we do that, we kind of like, we say our piece, they say their piece or whatever. And that act of doing it, kind of like, you can put it to rest once and for all. You've made your point, they've made their point. And I feel like that's what this is. I feel like one way or another, this is going to be moving toward healing for you. But as I said, it could, like, you got to kind of get in there and like, it's going to require you like maybe dredging things up and like getting in there and, like I said, getting your hands dirty. And with the Eight of Cups, this is really saying that, um, at the end of this, you need to walk away from the emotions of this. Not all of you are going to need to walk away from the actual situation or the person, although some of you may. Okay, when whatever this is, whatever kind of a relationship, work, friends, family, love relationship, some of you may need to walk away in a physical way, okay, like leaving this. But for a lot of you also, it's going to be just emotionally making sense of this and being able to put it to rest, kind of like what I was saying before. Sometimes when we are working things out with people, we get in there and we are stating our case, they're stating their case, and it's getting a little bit messy or whatever. But at the end, you know, you kind of like shake hands, you hug or something like that, and it's like you're able to like move on from that. So I feel for a lot of you, you're going to be able to like move on, not necessarily from that person, situation, or relationship, but move on, like, okay, we've done that, that's in the past. Like that's what this is. And the cups that are all stacked up here neatly, it's like making sense of the emotional past, working with it, and now it's time to move on. We're going to go on with our lives. And so, this is huge, because when you do this, and this is going to be different for each of you, meaning that the intensity and where this is going to show up in your life is going to be different for each of you. But the first 2 weeks of October, all of you that have this North Node, in Sag or the ninth house is going to do this to some extent. When you do this, it's going to be amazing because this is going to enhance the quality of life. It's like you're going to feel like something's been lifted. But more importantly, with this Wheel of Fortune, um, it's allowing you to move on to your best timeline. Okay. So real positive stuff. Now, going on to the second half of October, your timeline cards are you've got the Page of Cups, you've got the Knight of Wands, and you've got the Three of Swords reversed. Now, for this situation here, again, I feel like it is like quality of life regarding relationships. This is either going to be one of two things. This is going to be a carryover from this feeding into this, and it's going to morph into something. But I'm feeling for the majority, it's going to be something kind of new. And I feel like after you've gone through this first 2 weeks of October, you're going to come into the second half of October, and it's almost like with that burden lifted, I feel like an emotional freedom for a lot of you. Um, like emotional baggage, even to a small extent, has left with this page. Okay, but um, the Knight of Wands reversed and the Three of Swords. What this is that this is again reaching to a quality of life, but this is like an aftermath, whether this is a new situation or this, and it's a positive aftermath because for a lot of you, it's like I feel like you've had an energy drain on you for a while, like a physical energy, emotional, mental, and physical, um, and even psychological drain on your life. And this is going to start to come back. Like after, it's like we've all experienced this when what I'm thinking of is when you have a cold or a flu or something and you have a fever, let's say, and you go through this really intense thing, and when that fever breaks, you know when the fever breaks, and you start to feel more comfortable, you feel better. It's like that's what this is like. This is like the fever breaking. And so I feel like you're going to start to feel at the end of October this energy in your life, physical, mental, emotional, psychological energy increasing and getting better. And the Three of Swords reversed is this, you're going to feel this healing that is taking place in your heart for a lot of you because you were able to navigate this situation in a good way. The only way you wouldn't navigate it in a good way is going back to old patterns, which would be not being true to yourself, to what you truly believe and what you want in your life. If you are navigating this and you're trying to please others, or you're trying to say and do the things that you think others want you to do, as opposed to being authentic, that's the only way this is going to be messed up for you. Okay. And I feel like most of you aren't going to do that. All you have to do is be true to yourself, be authentic, say and do what you really feel, even if it feels like you don't think it's going to be taken or received by the other person. Just stay true to yourself and you won't go wrong. That's what this is about. And so I do feel like this healing is taking place. Now your advice cards are, you've got the King of Wands upright and you've got the Seven of Cups. And as this healing is taking place, what's happening here is you're going to have choices that you're going to have to make the second half of October. Choices of new directions that you need to go into. New, with this new energy you have, um, emotional choices and they could be different things. It could be like, job or career. It could be, um, relationship wise, friends, um, where it is you want to go as far as training or education. So these are all choices. And with the king, what it's saying here is that again, wands are about energy of all sorts. When you're making a decision, is it energizing to you? Again, this is about being authentic. Be your authentic self. When a decision has to be made, so let's say you're trying to make a decision. If it comes up in your mind, oh, but you know what? I don't know if they're gonna like that, or if what are they gonna think, or if I do this, how is it gonna affect that? That's not being authentic. That is you trying to navigate your life and make decisions based on others, like a chess game. Like if I do this, then they'll do this and that and all that, as opposed to what is it I truly want? And that's what the magic of this is. This is about you being authentic. And that's what the King of Wands is saying. It's like what energizes you. Like when you decide on a direction to go and make a decision, what is energizing you truly? Do you truly feel it in your heart of hearts? And yeah, when you are able to do this, what the end result is that you're going to see that all of this is playing into your quality of life. That's what this is about. You, by doing all of these things and being an authentic person and having authentic beliefs, you are enhancing the quality of your life in ways that you will see as the months passed. Okay, but really for you, for your lifetime, if you're watching this video, this is one of your main things. Stay authentic, stay true to yourself, and you really can't go wrong. So anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions in your life and you would like a personal reading, anything about love, relationships, work, career, health, whatever it may be, there's going to be a link for tarot readings in the description box. Or if you would like a personal timeline, um, optimal timeline reading where I examine your astrological chart and kind of show you where I see your soul path going, there's also going to be a link for that down below. But again, thank you for watching. Hit that like button if you could. Subscribe if you're already not subscribed, and we will see you on some more videos. Many blessings.